Hello, this is Marius. And for a while I've been kind of struggling with finding a game that I would find interesting and that I wanted to cover here on my single player channel. But I'm trying this game out for a couple of different reasons, and I'm sure you recognize it. It's called Far Cry 3. So one of the main reasons why I decided to pick this game up is because of the announcement of the release of Far Cry 4, which is going to be the 18th of November this year. So basically what this game is normally described as an open world first person shooter, or maybe you want to say first person shooter first, who knows. Now there isn't all that many games in this genre, and when it comes to other games that I've played in the past that are similar to this are the Stalker games, and there are 3 of those. And then you have 2 of the Fallout games, the 2 last ones. And then of course Skyrim kind of has this element as well, only Skyrim is more of a fantasy-based game. However, all those 3 games, the reason why I mentioned them are not only because of their similarities to Far Cry, but because those are all games that I have played and played consistently and also been very fond of. Now in this first Far Cry 3 video, I am going to compare it with said games and also let you know what I think is good about it and bad about it and why. So now when it comes to the shooter part of this game, I would say that they have done a really good job actually, Ubisoft. And obviously they are going for semi-realistic feel and weapon behavior and some such. And whether or not this actually is realistic or not, I don't know. But the gun game feels really good. And aside from this game being an open world first person shooter, these types of games are also sometimes called shoot and loot for obvious reasons. Now aside from just killing bad guys, you also shoot a lot of animals. Basically, the more rare and the more endangered the species is, the more valuable its skin is. Now, some more aware and knowledgeable players out there might actually be rather disgusted by this. However, a game is just a game. Yeah, I gotta admit, I rarely get scared when I play a game, but that crocodile really made me jump. Pretty fucking awesome scene, I have to say. So another big part of this game is sneaking and stealthy gameplay. In this situation I have a silencer on my pistol, but it's actually part of the mission that I kill at least the leader of this gang with a knife. As you can see, once you get close enough to these bandits, you can activate a sneak attack animation. Now there are several that you can unlock as you progress through the game, and this is one of the first, if not even the very first one. So now when it comes to the graphics, I think it's this is a good looking game. I played the first part of it on Ultra and then I turned it down to High. And I'm not really a graphics enthusiast, but I'd say it's a good looking game. Now just like Far Cry 2 that I played back in the days, this game responds pretty well actually. Not as good maybe as Counter-Strike or Quake, but comparing this to Fallout for example or even Skyrim, Far Cry 3 is just way better. Now the progression system allows you to unlock new abilities and increase or improve the ones you already have. There are also plenty of vehicles around the island which you are actually on. I forgot to mention that you're on an island, and that way surrounded by sea. There's also a lot of boats and jet skis. Now finding these vehicles are no problem at all, and as long as they are not broken you can just get in and drive. You don't have to worry about anybody being angry and starting shooting at you because you stole their vehicle. It just doesn't happen, at least not so far. Now there also is fast travel, and it works a little bit different compared to like in the Fallout and the Skyrim games, where you have to control a certain area of the map. And one of the things you need to do in order to gain that control is to activate, or maybe it's even deactivating, these radio towers. Then once you've done that, you can fast travel from safe house to safe house. So you don't have really the same freedom as in the Fallout games or Skyrim, but it doesn't really bother me. It makes more sense, and it actually makes the game a little bit more interesting than if you can just click your way from one way to another area without even thinking about it. Now, a few things that I don't really like about this game is, for example, the loot system. I don't really particularly like it all that much. Like when you are investigating a container or a body, you can't really just pick whatever you want and leave the rest behind. You pick up whatever it is if you can carry it. And by the way, this is what it looks like when you activate one of these towers. It shows you the nearby area and some of the interesting parts of it. Now back to the whole looting part. If you come across something in a crate or in a body that you can't carry, then you just lost that loot if you decided to investigate. You're also very limited in terms of what you can actually carry and what you can actually sell. Now, you cannot sell any of your crafted items, which would make perfect sense. You can't sell ammo or weapons, which also is a bit strange, well, at least to me. Basically, you can sell a bunch of junk and craftable items, and you can buy weapons, ammo, and some consumables. Now, this part of the game I don't really like all that much. I think Skyrim and the Fallout games is a lot better, and in most situations also Stalker. Another thing that I'm not all that fond of is that when it comes to certain side missions, you have to get the kill with a certain weapon. And if you don't, even if you kill the guy or the animal that you're supposed to kill, if you kill it with the wrong weapon, it is a mission fail. So anyway, I am definitely looking forward to the release of Far Cry 4. It's gonna be fun, as I'm starting to get the hang of Far Cry 3 here. And if you want to see some more Far Cry 3 gameplay, then please let me know in the comment section below this video, and I'll get that going for you guys. Otherwise, please check out my multiplayer channel, where I will continue to focus on PlanetSide 2. I've been doing that for about a year and a half now. So that's all for now. Thank you all for watching, and bye.